Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Mala and this will be the first video of this channel where I will be talking to you about the books I read. So starting off with my first video will be a tier list of the books I've read in January, because I read a lot of books in January. I read 26 books in January. So yes, I'm unemployed. I'm a housewife. I have a lot of time to read. So I'll try not to give spoilers, but I'll try. If it's on the blurb on the back, it's not a spoiler, right? And just look into the camera. I have the tier list here. I'll be going in chronological order. So the first book I read this year, I don't have the book here, is The Magic Toy Shop by Angela Carter. It's a very short book, it's 200 pages only. I guess it's literary. It's called The Magic Toy Shop. On Goodreads, it's listed as fantasy, but there's no magic in it. It starts off with you following this girl, I can't remember names, this girl who lost her parents and she has like 2 siblings, and so she's sent off to live with her weird uncle who works at a toy shop. He makes toys. Yes, that's the main setup. So it's a bit gothic. It's very gothic. I went into it thinking it was fantasy, so I was a bit bamboozled by it, but overall enjoyed it. Wished it was longer. I like seeing the character grow. I like her relationship, because this girl is 15 years old, so you see her go through puberty and then you see her grow and develop feelings for, it's not a romance, but there is like a bit of romance in it. So I like that. I think I gave it a 4-star rating, so I will give it an A. Good read. It released in 1967, so the language in it is a bit old. Okay, so next book. It's The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. I read it on Libby, don't have the physical copy. So when I read it on Libby, I read it on my phone, usually at night. Oh, and also for all of these books, I kind of read it mostly in one sitting. So my experience might be a bit different compared to somebody else who takes breaks and has time for the story to really absorb into your mind. Okay, Neil Gaiman, Graveyard Book. Easy read. Should tell you what's about. So The Graveyard Book it's a mid-grade book, a fantasy book. It's about this boy who as a child ran to the graveyard to escape somebody murdering his whole family. Sounds a bit, but yes. And then he gets raised by ghosts. It's a good book. It's easy to read, story is interesting, it ties in with a bit of mythology, so I'll give it an A. Third, Circe by Madeline Miller. So this is a retelling of Greek mythology. The thing is, I'm not very familiar with Greek mythology. It follows Circe, the daughter of Helios, god of the sun, and she is the OG witch. So you see her grow up, be born, until she ends. Very good book. Very, very good book. Easy to read, not too flowery. It made me feel. The thing about books is they don't make me feel as much in a sense. Like I'll feel more and relate more to movies and TV shows because I feel like it's a bit more real. For books, I deliberately distance myself a bit because I don't want to feel that much. I want to know what happens, but I get very affected emotionally. But this made me feel a bit. So it's a good book. Like, I would recommend this. S. Oh, next is K-Pop Confidential that I did not finish. Just put it right there. I did not finish this because it is not for me. It's a young adult book that follows this Korean American girl who obviously auditions and gets into an agency. And I guess it's good for people who are new to K-pop, especially since this is young adult, so it's like good for maybe BTS new fans. But the thing is, I've been in K-pop for so long, so none of this is really new to me. And the way it's written is so towards young adults or like teenagers, because the slang in it is just TikTok slang. It's like, I'm sorry, I don't understand the assignment. I think I dropped it right after she went to Korea. I flipped through it. There's a love triangle too because it's young adult. So yes, if you are new to K-pop and you want to live out your K-pop dream, you can read this. But it's just just not for me. Also, she auditioned with she auditioned with Billie Eilish, Bad Guy, and I'm just, no, that's not a singing song. But okay, next, Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. So this is a classic. What can I say about this? Oscar Wilde's writing is very flowery. It's a bit hard to understand. I put it under gothic because it is kind of gothic. So it's about this guy who basically trades his soul in to be forever young, kinda. Is it spoilers? I don't know. It came out in 1890, so like, is it really spoilers? I liked it, but it's a hard read because it's so flowery. I like the story. I like the characters. It's just a bit hard to read. It took me a few days to read this one. I didn't read this one in one sitting because my head hurt from all the description. But I'll give this an A. I'll give this an A. Next one, oh boy, it's The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. The thing about this one is I heard about it on Reddit. A lot of people love it. It's on Bookstagram. A lot of people love it. I hated it. I hated it. It's a thriller about this guy who's a psychotherapist. And then he's obsessed about this case where this woman who was accused of murdering her husband. And then after the murder, they don't really know if she did it or not because she just went silent. She just refused to speak after that. So then this guy is like very interested. This psychotherapist is very interested in the story. He ends up getting the job at the faculty that she is in. I think that's the main plot. But there are so many plot holes that I don't understand. Like, I guess people who enjoyed it really suspended their disbelief because the things the main character does, I don't understand why he got away with it. Maybe it's just thriller. This is the first thriller book I've ever read, I think, other than like Stephen King books. D. I give it a D. I just didn't like it. It's written very simply. It's easy to understand. But the plot, the story, I'm just, no. I was so mad at this. In this day, I finished Dorian Gray. So then I started The Silent Patient. I finished it in one go. And then I was so mad at the ending that I started The Secret History by Donna Tart. Because it is a bit of a mystery. So I just wanted something similar to The Silent Patient so I can, like, you know, compare. Ooh, it's a chunky book. It has over 500 pages. Modern classic. So it's about this guy. He transfers colleges into this more prestigious colleges. It's called college. Into this more prestigious college. And then ends up studying ancient Greek or something. Greek classics. But the thing is, the lecturer, it's not lecturer. The professor only has like a selected few students, and then the curriculum is taught by that one professor. So there's this weird like cultish thing going on with. So then you follow this guy who enters this new clique, and then, I mean, I can just spoil it, right? Because it's the first line. There is a death. There is a murder. Because the first line of this book is, the snow in the mountains was melting, and Bunny had been dead for several weeks before we came to understand the gravity of our situation. Reading this book was just waiting to that point because you know there is a death there. You know there's a murder happening. So you just wait, and it pays off. And then the fallout after that. Very good, other than this one paragraph that seems really out of character. I was just like, what the heck? But good read. S? I'll give it an S other than that one paragraph. I mean, you can just skim through that one paragraph. So yes, I'll give it an S. Next is The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. Yeah, this is also at night read on my phone, lying down. It's a very short read. It is YA/mid-grade. It is about this guy who goes back to his hometown for a funeral, I think. He goes down and then he goes back to his hometown and then he visits this family and then sits by the little, is it lake? At the end of this one house, and then his memories of a child come back. And it's fantasy. It's magical realism. So you go through what he went through as a child, because apparently he forgot. So then it all comes back to him. I liked it. I like the ending. I like the writing. Neil Gaiman's writing is pretty great. It's pretty good. So, A. Now, just leave it like that for now. Yes. It's YA, but there was this one scene that scared me. You can say I was a bit triggered. I didn't believe in trigger warnings in books, but I think maybe now I should, but it was a bit... made my heart go ba-dum. I got so many more books to go. Next is Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. This book. Ah! So this is about Hamnet, the son of a very established playwright, Shakespeare. So it starts off when Hamnet is running around the house, Shakespeare house, trying to find an adult nearby because his twin sister, Judith, is sick. So, he wanted to find somebody so he can help her. So it's a very slow burn book. Shakespeare is never mentioned by name, so he's always like the father, the husband, and it's written so it takes a while to get used to the writing style because it's a bit flowery, but it is about Shakespeare, and then you go through Shakespeare's wife Agnes' life. It's a very slow burn. I bought this without reading. I only knew that it's about Shakespeare's family. I didn't read the blurb at the back. But at the back, because it's not really spoilers, because it's on the back, it says, neither parent knows that Hamnet will not survive the week, so he dies. And boy, it hurt. It hurt so much. I was sobbing when it happened. My heart. The way that Maggie O'Farrell wrote emotion in this is so good. It's just amazing. Loved it. I'm not very familiar with Shakespeare works. I watch Upstart Crow. That's I have been to the Shakespeare house, so maybe it hit me a bit more because I can imagine the house better because I've actually been in it, and there's actually a layout here. She drew a layout of the house, so I don't know, it just hit me very hard. Okay, just 5 stars. Okay, put it this is the one that made me cry. This is the only book in January that made me cry. I don't think I cried for anything. I should really go on. Before the Coffee Gets Cold, read it, Libby, on my phone. All the books I read on my phone are relatively short reads. They're like less than 250 pages because I personally don't feel like I can spend so much money on such a short book. But yes, it is his first novel. It's a translated novel from Japanese, and the guy is actually a playwright. You can see it in the book. The writing's not that strong. So in this book, there's a coffee shop in Tokyo where if you sit on this seat, you can travel in time, back or forth. But there are a bunch of rules around it, and one of the main rules is like you have to finish the coffee before it gets cold, or else you'll be stuck there. So it's like I think 3 short stories. I read it more than 2 weeks ago, which are interesting. But what I really think is this would do very well in like manga or anime form. Not so much in book form. Maybe it can be done in book form, but not by this author, because the way it's written, it just felt like it's a lot of telling and no showing, which I'll give it, what did I give it? I gave it a 3. It's an okay read. I think a lot of people like it. The concept, very interesting. Execution, just not there. I gave it a B. So the next 2 are Five Nights at Freddy's. They're short story collection. They're called Fazbear Frights. So my friend was like, I want to read FNAF books to find out the lore. So I was just like, search up Libby, read 2 books. These are not really tied to the game. They're basically like short, scary stories, but they have a animatronic twist on them. So they're just scary stories. They're alright. Both of them are alright. The first book is weaker in writing. I mean, C is a passing grade, right? Yeah, they're alright. I can't give them more than the Coffee Gets Cold, really. Like, it wouldn't be fair. This is All Systems Red by Martha Wells, part of the Murderbot Diaries. The Murderbot Diaries. I loved it. It's so good. I love Murderbot. Murderbot is about this security unit bot. It follows a bunch of humans on a like planetary mission, and Murderbot actually hacked his own module. So he is kind of rogue, but he hacked it so he can watch the entertainment feed. So he hacked it to basically watch TV shows. It is a very cynical character, very relatable. He rather watch TV shows than do his job. Very relatable. He's socially awkward. I need to stop saying it is very socially awkward. I relate to that very much. The only thing is it's only 144 pages. I really like it, but I wouldn't go out and buy the book because I checked it's £12 for 144 pages. And the first 4 books of Murderboard Diaries are just novellas, so they're like around 150 pages each, and they're £12 each. So I'm like, I'll recommend that. I still recommend them. They're very good, but so pricey. S tier. Next is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. Tolkien. Do I have to explain this book, really? You follow Bilbo Baggins. Bilbo Baggins is a hobbit, and they normally don't go adventuring. So it's very interesting. It's very fun. It's supposed to be a children's book, so it's very easy to read. And I can imagine if you read this to your children, they just like I want to know more. I want to know more. It's very fast paced. It's very, very fast paced, and everything is in Bilbo's point of view. I bring that up because the movies are a thing. I watched the movies after this. Don't have nice things to say about the movies. Why did they make them 3 movies? Why did they make them 3 movies? And also, they didn't include the parts that I liked in the book in the main ones. I think they are in the extended editions. Why did they have time to put in useless things and not put in the things in the books? 5 stars. I'll read this to my child. I will. My child's gonna be a nerd. Oh, the next one is Normal People by Sally Rooney. I keep forgetting I have my stack of books here. I don't have Normal People here because it's in the to donate pile. Normal People by Sally Rooney is it's mainly about these 2 characters, Connell and Marianne. I think the girl's name is. I'll just say girl and boy, okay? I don't remember a lot of names. They get together, but this takes place in a modern Ireland. The guy is like the popular guy in school, but he's not very rich, I think. His mom works for Marianne's family as a housekeeper thing. So like Marianne's kind of rich, but she's kind of a loser in school. So then I don't know why they somehow just be like, yeah, you wanna go out together? But they don't really go out. It's never established, but they do coupley things kind of, but in the down low because Connell is very afraid of what people think of him. So the whole book is that them intertwined lives because they end up going to the same university also, and then in the university the tables have turned. She is now popular and he's not, and then it's them getting together and them. I just didn't like it. I don't know how to explain why I don't like it, because I know this is such a well-liked book. Like the first third I liked, and then they just kept getting back together, and then I don't know, it's just miscommunication. I get it, people like it because it's about normal people and this is what normal people do, but there's some characters in there that they're just very one note, you know? Maybe that's what normal people are. Maybe because it's in their point of view, they just feel like them. For these kind of books, it's very hard for me because I know it's well liked, and then I just don't like it. So I feel very conflicted about not liking it. But I gave this a 2.5, which is a C. There's a TV show about it too, so you can, if you don't want to read it, you can watch it. Maybe it'll be better. I don't know. Okay. My camera overheated again, so let's If I Had Your Face by Francis Cha. It's a contemporary novel set in South Korea. It follows 4 women plus 1 friend. You follow 4 women because you see their point of view. And it covers like modern Korean society, the bad aspects of it. Plastic surgery, sexism, bullies, nepotism, kind of things that are common in Korean dramas and all. But the thing is, I felt like it was doing too much. I don't want to explain it too much. If you're new to Korean culture or you want to learn about Korean culture, it is good, but it's at very, very surface level. As I've said before, I've been into K-pop for a while, so the things here are not very new. It's very surface level. Didn't really like it. Feels like she's checking off checklist. There's a line in the book that said she removed her makeup with fermented cleansing oil. So I'm like, it's trying to make Korea seem very exotic. It's good for people who don't really know about South Korea and want to know more about, like, their plastic surgery. Because I've read a review and they were like, oh, didn't know plastic surgery was very big in Korea. I don't know, I thought it was common sense, but maybe it's because I'm very into K-pop. So yes, if you're new or you want to know more and you're not very into K-pop or very into Korean culture, then yeah, it's for you, not for me. The characters are very unlikable, and also I was a bit triggered because I have a bit of issues. And then this one girl, she is the hostess. It's like a hostess. She like entertains women, but she has a lot of procedures. And she's like, oh, she kind of kept pointing out that people are ugly, and I'm like, her nose and her face, and I'm like, but my nose and my face. But it's just it's a me problem, right? Okay, I give it a C. I'll give it a C. The Disaster Tourist by Ko-Eun was the next one. Also a contemporary. It's written by a Korean, translated into English. So this one is about this woman who works at the disaster tourism place where they make like tour packages that goes to places that have been hit by disaster. And something happened to her and the company, and then the boss asked her to actually go on one of these trips and to fill a survey, and then she uncovers the deeper secret. It talks about the dark side of tourism, really. The first half was okay, but then the second half felt like there are things doing. Some things just didn't make sense to me. Feels like a plot holes, and people are doing things for the plot, but it's a book. It's alright. I give it a C. It didn't make me rant so much, because if I had your face, when I finished If I Had Your Face, it just made me so mad. But it's just me. I know it's a me problem. So the next is Tender is the Flesh by Agustina Bazterrica. It's translated from Spanish by this Argentinian author. So the basic premise is it's a dystopia. Animal meat is now poisonous. Animals pretty much died out or they are killed because they have this virus, so they can't eat them anymore. People turn to eating humans because somehow I find it believable. So it talks about capitalism, meat industry. There is gore. It made my stomach turn while I was reading it. It's pretty short as well. It's 224 pages, but it made my stomach turn while reading it. It's a very interesting read. It's not too gory. I feel like the gore parts are like put across as a matter of factly, but it is horror. It is a bit terrifying that this might actually happen. But if you think a bit more critically about it, then the whole thing falls apart. But it was a okay read. I got very hooked by it, like a meat hook. But yes, I will give it a... What did I give it? I gave it 4. 4 is an A. Will I recommend it? I think it's a very interesting book. The premise is very interesting. The writing's not bad. So yes. Okay, it's an A. Next is Coraline by Neil Gaiman. It's I think it's a children's book, but it is pretty scary for a children's book. There is also a movie about it. What is it actually about? It's about Coraline, who finds a little like door in her house and goes through it, and she finds her other mother. It's like a fairy tale. It's about like, because Coraline goes there because she felt a bit neglected by her parents because they were like working and all. So she went over to the other side. It's about family, really, I think. I don't remember much from it. I remember it was a bit scary. I gave it a 4 stars. Should I give it a... I'll give it an A. I liked it. It's a bit terrifying for but yeah, it's like importance of family, I think. God, I don't remember much from it. Liked it. Well, liked it. Maybe I should just give it a B because I just can't remember much from it. Okay, Ariadne. Oh god, it's this book. Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. It is a retelling of Ariadne, which is the sister of the Minotaur, and also it follows Theseus a bit. It makes me so mad. This book makes me so mad because here it says the Sunday Times best-selling author of the feminist retelling of the ancient Greek myth of Theseus and the Minotaur. It is not feminist. It is not feminist. Just because it follows Ariadne's point of view, it does not make it feminist. I was not familiar with this because the only thing knew about Ariadne and Theseus and the Minotaur was from Circe. Is different from the original myth, but this one is literally the original myth, just in her point of view. And it tries to be feminist, right? Like, I'm not feminist. Maybe I am, I don't know. But there are some lines that obviously say, oh, men are bad, like women suffer for men and all that. But it really felt like this book didn't follow whatever it was trying to say. Like, the women in here are so passive. It made me so sad. It made me so mad because she was literally stuck on an island for no reason. Like, she could have left. I felt like she could have left, but no. Like, at least Circe, a bit spoilery, but it's, you know, it's Greek mythology. Circe was stuck on an island, but she was stuck there because she was punished and imprisoned there. This one, she was just stuck in an island and didn't even think to leave. She didn't even question anything, and then she didn't do anything. This is not feminist. This is like anti-feminism. Okay, it's the only reason why it's not in my donation pile. It's because it looks so nice. But oh god, it just made me so mad. Like, her sister was good. Ariadne's sister was good. Pedra, her name. She was good until she wasn't. She just, let's say she fell in love and did stupid things. Why do I not have an F? I will put an F. I will not recommend this to anybody. Like, literally, if you want to know what happens, just read the wiki page. It's literally the same. It's literally the same. Like, it doesn't matter if you see her point of view, because it does not matter. And she's just so passive. The Familiars by Stacey Halls. This one is also feminist. Can you see a theme? Kind of feministic. This was set in 1612 England, where this woman is trying to have a baby. She has miscarried 3 times, and then she found this young girl wandering her halls, and then she said she's a midwife, but she seemed really nice. So, okay, the main character's name is Fleetwood, because I don't say she so many times. Fleetwood hires Alice, the midwife, but then Alice gets tied up with the witchcraft accusation. Fleetwood tries to get her out of it, because Fleetwood married rich. So, I liked it. I liked it until the end, because then, well, I like the ending, but I just don't like how it all resolved. I don't want to spoil it, but yes. It's more feministic than Ariadne, for sure. It's a good read. It's set in 1612. It's very interesting. Witchcraft trials. I don't think there's actual witchcraft in here, but yes. I'll give it an A. It's pretty good. Next book I've read is Animal Farm. I read it because my husband finally finished reading it after months, and I finished it in an hour just to talk to him about it. Do I need to explain this? Classic. It's assigned reading in a lot of places. It's about a farm where they have an uprising and overthrew the humans. Obviously, you have to suspend your disbelief, because obviously animals should not be able to talk. But yes, recommend. 5 stars. It's so good. It's so short. It's so short and effective in what it's trying to tell you. 5 stars. There's a lot of S's here. I thought I had less S's because I thought there were a lot of books I didn't really like. But next one is Artificial Condition. Second book in the Murderboard Diary series. I like this one. I don't want to put them all in S. I put this in A. It expands on the world a bit more. You get introduced to a character that I really like. I can't explain more because then it'll be spoilers for the previous book. And then I read Rogue Protocol, which is the 3rd installment. I read it right after I finished Artificial Condition, so I was a bit burnt out, but still a good read. But you feel like Murderbot is like super OP. I still enjoy it. Rogue Protocol goes into A. But yeah, I still can't justify the price because it's £12 for one book that is 150 pages long. House Moving Castle. Don't have my copy here. I will rebuy it. I loved it. You know, the Ghibli film is about it. So it's about Sophie, this girl. Sophie inherits her dad's hat shop, Sophie Hatter, and accidentally insults the wicked witch of the waste, and then she's cursed to become an old lady, and then she runs off because she doesn't want to be a burden. I love Sophie. It's different from the movie for sure. Calcifer's not as cute in this one. There are more plot lines, so I give it a 5. Also, how was his hair didn't turn black in the book? It turned ginger. How is not as good looking as his anime counterpart. I have to say, I still like this. This is very good. It's a very good book. I'll read the whole trilogy. It's actually a trilogy. Surprise! The second book on the trilogy is not really linked to the first book, but the third book is. So I will get that and read that at some point. Next is Exit Strategy, the last novella installment of the Murderboard Diary. Let's put it in S because we end with a bang. After this, I think there are 2 like full-length novels. I'll try to get it from Libby because money. The last book I read literally yesterday. This is filmed on 1st February. Just in case I take too long to edit. This is We Were Orphans by Kazuo Ishiguro. I am very conflicted about this book. The main story is in the 1930s. Christopher Banks, the main character, you see it's all in his point of view. He becomes the most celebrated detective. But when he was younger, he lived in Shanghai. Then his parents disappeared, so he was sent to England to grow up because he is originally English. So it explores a bit of that, like, you know, growing not English enough, living in a foreign land and all that, but not a lot. I haven't finished what it's about. So he wants to go back and find his parents. Yes, after he became a detective, which I get why people like this, but I did not. It didn't make sense to me. A lot of things here did not make sense, but it can be explained by like how, you know, childhood shapes you and all that. But I don't really like it. I think it benefits from a reread, but I have so many things to read that I don't want to reread this. And apparently this is like his weakest book. I have the Buried Giant, so I'll try that soon. Writing style's good. Kazuo Ishiguro is actually no, it's not translated. It's actually written in English. So it's pretty good. It's also set in like 1930s and before, so the English in this is a bit old. Like, I think in general I like the writing. I just didn't like the story because it just didn't make sense to me. Like, after I read it, I was just like, for the next few hours I was just like kind of speechless. I was reading reviews and I'm like, I get it. I don't know if I should like it or not, but I don't really like the feeling I got after I read it, so I will put this as do not like it. That's a whole lot of talk for nothing. I will give it I gave it 2.5 because I want to give it pity points, because I know if I reread it, I'll understand it more and maybe like it more, but on first read it's a no. So that's my books I read in January. It's the end of my tier list. Not gonna lie, I thought I had way more I rented on, but I think I gave it pity points. I put a lot in C. I didn't know I actually liked that many books, but I also read 27 books, so that will be things that I don't like. Going on forward, in February I'll try to read more books that I already have, like physical copies, because I have so many books. And I keep going on the Libby app and I keep reading short books. So I think in February I'll probably read less books because the books I want to read are 300 pages and more. There are a lot of historical fiction I want to read and fantasy. And I might make it a tier list, I might not. When it's like mid-year, I'll do another tier list. Unless I do 20 books again in February, then that will be a tier list. Then I'll just like combine it all in the middle of the year. So tell me what you think about these books, if you read them and if you want to read them, or you just tell me if you find anything that I might like. I'll be back in February. Like and subscribe. See you in the next one.